Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how would Natalie Portman be reprising her role as Padme Amidala as in the Star Wars universe. So let's give this a read. Natalie Portman recently did an interview with the GO in which she responded to Reddit's questions. A fan of a Curie had a Curie recording Portman's possible Star Wars reprise, and she has this to say: I have no information on this. No one has ever asked me to return, but I'm open to it. And the person who is doing this article says, I really like Padme, especially in the Clone Wars. I always thought, since I was little and the prequels were coming out, of course I like Leia and Ahsoka more, but I find Padme an underrated character. However, I don't see any reason to bring the character back to the screen. There was no in-story reason to revisit Vader and Obi-Wan. Still, it's obvious why Disney and Lucasfilm would want to. I think they would want to have for less incentive to bring Padme substantially in a movie or a show, and I don't think it's warranted. It's cool that Portman would be interested, but I doubt we'll see her in Star Wars soon. I think the only place we get to see that would be, I think we could see Padme returning if it wasn't for flashbacks, that is, or like quote unquote deleted scenes. If Disney wants to make deleted scenes, or the Padme, the Lost Stories, and like a miniseries, so like giving us more stories of Padme in the Clone Wars, of course, or like back when she was a queen, or in between like the Phantom Menace and Attack of Clones. I'm sorry. The only way I can see her returning is potentially in the Ahsoka show, because I did hear that the Ahsoka show was going to deal with the Road Between Worlds. The Road Between Worlds is Star Wars time traveling machine, pretty much. And I've heard that we're going to get little Ahsoka sees Ahsoka go to Mustafar at the time when Obi-Wan and Anakin being Darth Vader at this time, duking things out. So it wouldn't be that big of a leap per se to say Ahsoka might be in the show based off like some of the rumors that I've heard. Would I want Padme to come back? Not unless it serves a purpose, no. And I mean in terms of like, the only way I can see her coming back is if there's flashbacks. Oh, like I said, I will be even up for like this animated series voiced by Natalie Portman. Oh, because she still sounds pretty much the same as when she was in the Phantom Menace, and of course what she did in the other two films. What did she do in between the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones? There's a 10-year gap between those, right? So if Natalie Portman did come back, either as an animated, as like doing voice work, animated or live action, I can see them utilizing the 10, like what were some of Padme's adventures in between Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace. Outside of that, like, I feel like the Clone Wars series covered a decent portion of Padme's adventures in the Clone Wars. So I think, like, in between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones would be the right spot if they were planning to bring Padme back. That's if they aren't going to bring her in, like, any flashbacks or bring her back in the Ahsoka show as a cameo. But with that said, um, would I want her to come back? I like. It's not the question of the day. I'm kind of like, I'll be somewhat open to it, but I don't want it at the same time. But I can logically see them like some stories being told in between like Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones. So I'm really torn about like whether I want to see a Padme come back or like where would be the best placement for her, which I still think would be in between Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace. With that said, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. I will talk to you fellow musicians later. And may the force be with us all.